great pleasure that I welcome you all to the 58th Annual General Meeting of our good bank.
Ordinary business. Number 1, to receive the audited financial statements for the year ended 31st December 2019 and the reports of the directors, auditors, and the audit committee thereon. Number 2, to declare a dividend. 3, to elect and re-elect directors. The first one being to elect Mr. Ramesh Rajapur as a non-executive director, to elect Mr. Tunde Adiola as an executive director, to elect Mr. Rahim Owodeyi as an executive director, to re-elect the following directors retiring by rotation: Mr. Aswe Godalo, Mr. Olaitan Kajero. 4, to approve the appointments of Messrs. Deloitte and Touche as the new auditors of the company. 5, to authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of the auditors. 6, to elect members of the Statutory Audit Committee.
Independent Auditor's Report to the shareholders of Sterling Bank PLC. Report on the audit of the consolidated and separate financial statements. Opinion. We have audited the consolidated and separate financial statements of Sterling Bank PLC, enclosed the bank, and its subsidiary, enclosed collectively the group, which comprise the consolidated and separate statements of financial position as at 31 December 2019, and the consolidated and separate statements of profit or loss and other comprehensive income.
In conformity with the regulatory requirements, the Board of Sterling Bank PLC renewed its mandate to J.K. Randall International to review the performance of the board in respect of the year ended December 31, 2019.
Mr. Chairman, I want to commend the board for your own wisdom not to pay all out earning, because if you pay out and you don't build our shareholders fund, we still come back to share to come and look for money. But today, our shareholder fund stand about 119.6 billion shareholders fund. Mr. Chairman, that's commendable.
If you look at 3 kobo, it's a bit less than 10% of the earning per share. I know that there are other considerations. There are some other indices that CBN look at before they approve dividend payout by bank. But I want to advise that let's look at it closely. If it's something we can improve upon, for me, for this year, with 37 kobo earning per share, I don't think 10 kobo is out of place. If you meet other indices that the CBN will look at.
Last year, I could remember vividly, I found at this board that why non-executive director is the chairman of the audit committee. But today, I can see that our man is there now, representative of shareholders. He's now the chairman of audit committee, Alhaji Jinod Mustafa. On that note, I will say thank you very much for listening to us.
And the question I've always asked is that if auditors will do a job and you have their pay stated, I don't think it's out of place to have the payment for external assessor also stated. And I can find that on page 116. That has been disclosed by Sterling. And I'm hoping that other companies who are also in the same position of having to have external assessors who also going forward disclose how much we are paying external assessor. So I want to start on that note to thank you.
The logo of the bank had always excited me when I passed through the street and I saw this thing. It looked like yoke, it looked like this. Then I started asking what exactly it is. And they said it's the rising sun. That one made me understand the framework and the planning and the vision that the bank is trying to bring into the society. And I've been following the antecedent of the bank since that time. And I find that both the chairman and the MD, the management, they are very, very strategic in thinking and the way they are doing business.
Again, I'd like to thank you all for your comments. They're well taken. There are criticisms, comments, and commentaries that come from a good place to ensure that we even have a much better bank. So we're truly grateful. Thank you so much. Abu?
The conversation around the oil and gas is a reality, not just as a company, but as a country. We are oil and gas heavy. The good news is that we have been able to reduce the percentage of our loan book that is in oil and gas over the last 2 years, and it's going down significantly. We'll continue to moderate that. We're not adding new portfolio to the oil and gas. Instead, we are managing the existing one, and where there is an opportunity to reduce, we are reducing it. So we remain hopeful that oil price will continue to recover for a while so that opportunity to exit will improve. The advice is duly taken. We will take them on board. We'll go and work hard and make sure that when we meet next time, a lot of the things will be better than they are now. Thank you.
I presume I have your permission to now proceed to the ordinary business of the day. And we're all satisfied with the responses. Thank you. Thank you so much. Distinguished shareholders, in accordance with Section 2241A of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, I, as chairman of the meeting, hereby call for a poll in respect of all the items on which we will vote today. Given that all the resolutions before us today are ordinary resolutions, please note that a simple majority of votes will be required to pass each resolution. I believe that when we were coming in, we all got a device, we each got a device, and at the appropriate time, I will ask our registrars to come and explain to us again how we will use that device. You will use your device to cast your votes. And what I've been informed is that if you press 1, that's a yes. If you press 2, that's a no. And if you choose to abstain, you press 3. Can we vote now? Thank you. The resolution has been passed, and I confirm that the dividend of 3 kobo per 50 kobo share will be paid by the close of business today. Thank you. The third item on the agenda is the election of directors. In accordance with Article 75 of the Articles of Association, Mr. Ramesh Rajapur, Mr. Tunde Adiola, and Mr. Rahim Awodeyi, who are appointed directors of the bank since the last annual general meeting, will retire today and, being eligible, offer themselves for election. Their appointments have been approved by the Central Bank of Nigeria. Okay, can we please vote? And we have 10 seconds. Thank you. Thank you very much. I take the motion as carried. Thank you, and I congratulate Ramesh. We had 317 votes cast, 99.05% in favor, 0.95% against. A total holding of 20,098,110,703. And for against, 58,778,801. So I declare the resolution carried. Thank you. I hereby declare the resolution carried. I congratulate you, Mr. Adiola. I hereby declare the resolution carried, and I congratulate Mr. Rahim Awodeyi.
I hereby move that Mr. Aswe Ighodalo be and is hereby re-elected as a director of the bank. I now call on a member to please second the motion.
I write to second the motion. My name is Benga Idowu.
I now put the motion to the meeting. You may now vote using your pad. I declare the motion carried. The total number of votes is 317, of which 314, representing 99.05% of the vote count, and 20,098,110,703 shareholding voted for, and 3 representing 0.95% of the vote count, and 0.29% voted against. The motion is thereby carried. I hereby move that Mr. Olaito Kajero be and is hereby re-elected as the director of the bank. I hereby I declare the resolution carried.
Thank you very much, Mr. Suleiman. On behalf of all the directors that were newly elected or re-elected, I'd like to thank the shareholders for your confidence in us. And I promise, on behalf of the directors, to ensure that we'll do our very best to enhance the performance of your bank. Thank you very much. I therefore hereby move that Messrs. Deloitte and Touche be and are hereby appointed as the auditors of the bank. Can we please proceed to vote? Thank you. So I hereby declare the resolution carried, and I congratulate our new auditors. Thank you very much. I hereby confirm that the members of our bank's statutory audit committee for the year 2020 are Alhaji Mustafa Jinodu, Ms. Christy Vincent, Mr. Ndowesi Udo, Mr. Olaiton Kajero, Mr. Michael Jitubo, and Mrs. Shade Kilasho. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, do we have any other conversation, any other issue we wish to clarify? Thank you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as there is no further business to be considered today, I hereby respectfully and with all honor declare today's meeting closed.